Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, founder of Function Pilates, located here in Tempe, Arizona. But today I am not in Tempe, Arizona. I am in Tairua, New Zealand, and I'm vacationing for a couple of weeks to visit a friend of mine. And I thought I would bring you a mat workout in this week's workout on the beach of Tairua. So I hope you enjoy this beautiful background here. It's so amazing. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I don't typically do things like this, but this is so exciting. I had to bring you guys with me along on my vacation. I have over 150 workouts on the channel, so take a look at the playlist section and you can see a variety of apparatus workouts, including mat workouts as well. And also, if you're new or if you've been with me for a while and you have been thinking about becoming a Pilates instructor, maybe this is something you want to do, is travel and take us with you. You can take a look at our in-person and virtual teacher training options. I will leave more information in the description box below. And for those that want to get started, let's just go ahead and begin. As we begin on our backs, our knees are bent, feet are flat. Begin to rock your pelvis back and forth, allowing your low back to go flat against the mat and then to rock forward as you overly arch, doing about 3 to 5 repetitions. And once you finish there, let's go ahead and peel yourself up on that last one into a pelvic curl. Raise your arms up towards the sky and begin to articulate and lower the spine down one vertebra at a time. Drop those arms down. Let's begin again. We pelvic curl up as you press through equal weight distribution in your feet. You're going to go ahead and raise your arms up and think of your heels reaching towards your spine as you lower it down, piece by piece. Bring those arms back down towards your mat. Let's go ahead and begin to peel back up again. Raise your arms back up again. Extend and elongate through the spine. Beautiful job. Bring those arms back down. Let's go ahead and bring the right leg into a tabletop position for a single leg bridge to lift up and lower the hips down. So this sense of work is going to be pressing through your left foot equally. Feel that glute and hamstring fire up on that left-hand side. And then from here, extend your right leg all the way up toward the ceiling, bend and straighten here as we open up the hamstring. Stretch. Good. And lower back down. With a straight leg here, I'm going to have you lower it down towards the mat, flex your foot, and bring it back up. Point your toes to lower down, flex your foot to lift up. Good. So we're reaching out of our hip socket. It's a very energetic leg here. You're feeling those abs working. And then we're going to lower down for a single leg circle. So we lower, we sweep out to the side and back up. So about 4 repetitions each way here as we get our obliques involved. Switch to the other side, and then notice here that we are stabilizing through the hips, that we're not creating any sense of rocking. Beautiful. And then from here, let's drop that right leg down. Okay, so other side, left leg into tabletop. Go ahead and press through that right foot as you bridge up and slowly lower back down again. So we want to create this heat through our hamstring and our glute here. Pressing equally through the mat. Beautiful job. Arms are pressing down, opening up the chest. And from here, let's stretch the leg up and lower it down. Beautiful. So we're pointing through the foot, flexing at the foot. We're creating mobility and a deeper stretch into the Achilles tendon and through our hamstring. Good. For those 4 circles, one direction. And then you'll switch it to the other way. But again, most importantly, that we are stabilizing through the hips and that we are really tuning into our core. So lifting from your pelvic floor, using your breath to navigate the leg here. Beautiful. And lower that back down again. Good. So bringing the legs back into a tabletop position, we're going to go ahead and take the right legs over to the right, come back through center. So it's like a pendulum here as you sway your hips from one side to the next, but keeping a sense of pressure in your shoulder blades here. Beautiful job. On this next one, go ahead and take it over to the right, extend the legs out straight and pull straight up through the center. Tabletop the legs over to the left, reach long and pull up through center. So this is a little bit more advanced, which is going to require more stabilization through that upper body. So do what feels right for you. And breathe, pull up through center. Gorgeous. Take it up into flexion, hover those arms over, and go ahead and pump for hundreds here. You can hold tabletop for those inhales of 5 counts, exhales of 5 counts, or you can extend your legs out to 45 degrees. So pick and choose what feels better in your body. If that means lowering your head down all the way, totally fine. But the whole idea is that we are actually producing internal heat in our body here. The lower the legs to the floor, the more challenging this will be for you. Eyesight to the belly button and keep dribbling those basketball balls. If you're in flexion here, hold it there. Let's go ahead and grab a hold of your left calf and then switch and switch. So maintaining your height is going to intensify the heat. Eyesight still down at your belly button. If your head is down, totally fine as well. So relax your jaw and your shoulders and just keep switching the legs as we really stretch out those hamstrings. Tabletop the legs here. Hold your height if you can and double leg stretch. We reach the arms and the legs simultaneously in opposite directions, and then we circle the arms around as we pull the legs back into tabletop. Reach and circle. Beautiful work here. Taking the breaks that you need for your neck, but it's so important to keep that eyesight on your belly button to avoid neck strain. Beautiful job, guys. Holding it nice and steady. We got about 10 repetitions here, and then take a break. Awesome. Dropping those feet down again. So as we go ahead and curl on this next one, interlacing those hands to support the head, we're going to go ahead and take a breath as you flex up and lower back down. So about 5 repetitions, just keeping it nice and basic here. But I do want you to pay attention that you're not closing your elbows in, that your armpits are staying open. Try to, again, stabilize and quiet the hips. And on this next one, let's curl ourselves up, hold. Let's take a moment to reach behind the thighs to grab a little bit more extra elevation and then lower back down again. So exhale to flex the spine. We reach around, get a little bit more height, holding your height to interlace the hands behind the head, lower back down. So there's this sense of extra developing. Beautiful. And this is where we want to be so careful that we don't get into our neck here. So again, focus on the breath, relax the facial muscles and the jaw, and lower and pulse it up here at the very top. Beautiful job. Pulse, pulse, pulse. About 10 repetitions there. And then grab a hold of one of those legs one more time. Taking those legs into a tabletop position. Good job. Single leg stretch. We switch and switch and switch. Your head can be down on this, but if you are with me, let's continue to keep moving, keeping the torso quiet. Lots of torso stabilization here. Take those hands behind. Let's crisscross it. Yes, and you can feel that burn get a little bit deeper. That's when you know you're doing a lot of this work. You're really strengthening through your core here, all those deep stabilizing muscles that support the spine. Hold it there. Let's bring those legs straight up towards the ceiling. You got it. Interlace your hands for support and bend to tabletop to a little bit of lower and lift. So the goal is not to touch the ground. So can we keep that angle behind your knee as we send the legs down and up? You got it. Stay with it. Anywhere from about 5 to 10 repetitions here, and lower your head down. Give yourself a nice hug as you squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Beautiful. So our abs are really nice and warm. So we're going to take it into some legs here. We're going to lie on our side. And I like the palm up. So rest your ear on your bicep. Try to stack your shoulders and your hips nicely. I'm going to keep my bottom leg extended, but you can always bend it towards your chest. Raise that top leg, flex the foot, point the toes to lower it back. So we're kicking the leg forward with intention, with deliberate movement. And as you point through the foot, that's when we're bringing it back. But imagine there's a wall behind you, so you don't want to go past your bottom leg. Now, what I want you to think about and pay attention is that your top leg is in line with your hip. So ankle, knee, and hip are all in alignment here. Beautiful. So about 10 repetitions here. And then raise your leg straight up and lower back down. So as you're moving through these variations, really activate and contract your gluteal muscles here. So squeeze those butt cheeks to really promote stabilization through your hips and a sense of contraction to strengthen through those gluteal muscles. Beautiful. Keep reaching and lowering. It's a very active, strong leg. Turn into internal rotation for hot potato as you tap in the front of the bottom leg and in the back of the bottom leg. Tap in front, tap in the back. Good. What are your hips doing here? Are we still stabilizing? Are you leaning back? So you want to relax your shoulder. Try to balance as much as possible through those fingertips. Taking both legs together, you're going to raise both legs up off the mat here for a little oblique variation. Yes, so about 10 repetitions as we lift and lower, still focusing on the balance and being as light as you can on your fingertips. Rest your ear back into your arm and keep reaching out through those toes. Again, strong, active legs, and hold at the top for a scissor. So you're just scissoring the legs here, a little bit more challenging. So the more range you have, the more challenging this will be. So identify what works best for your body today. Hold it there and then lower back down again. Awesome. Okay, so from here, let's go into a little bit of back extensor work. So you're going to be on your forearms propped up and really think of your elbows puncturing into the mat to really allow for your chest to stay lifted. Lift up that left leg, pulse it in 3 times, and then reach it out nice and long. Switch to the right leg, pulse it in 3 times, extend and go long. So the goal is we flex the foot, we pulse the heel towards the hip, and then we straighten and point out through the toes. All at the same time, the legs are hovering off the mat to really provide more of that glute and hamstring activation. Good. Abs are drawn in, so think navel to the spine. Keep your elbows puncturing into the mat to stay propped and lift up. Hold it there, taking it into a nice back extension. Eyesight is down. You're going to lift the chest, press your hands into your hips to lift up. This is an inhale to lift the chest. It's an exhale to lower back down. Good. And I know I'm moving fast through these transitions. So again, doing what you can to keep up that works for your body. So you can definitely slow it down. But the goal is in this short amount of time, we are providing a full body workout so that we can build up stamina. Let's come to all fours. And we're going to go ahead and take it into a plank. So finding 1 foot at a time. Press firmly into your arms here to have your back support you. Lift your right leg up and then lower back down. So point and then flex. So point to lift the foot and then flex to lower back down. Point to lift. And we're alternating here. Does make this a little bit more challenging. About 5 on each side. Beautiful. Keep drawing those abs up and in. Strong shoulders. And once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and begin to do a little bit of bridging over and back. So it's like a little rainbow here that you're creating as you point and put the pressure through the palms of your hands here. Beautiful. About 5 repetitions there and then come down. And we'll take it to the other side. So we're going to lie down on our left side here to get into some of that glute work that we did previously. Your ear is going to be resting on your bicep. Fingertips are just gently pressing into the mat, raising up that top leg to flex forward and point it back. Good. So finding your position here to have your stabilization. And whatever you did with your bottom leg on the other side, I would definitely recommend doing the same thing here. So again, about 10 repetitions as we flex the foot and then point it back. Flex and point. Keep drawing those abs in, trying to feel your hips in space, your shoulders stacked, and your head very light. Good. Squeezing that butt cheek every single time you kick forward and pull backwards. Beautiful. Good, hold it there. Let's go and raise that leg straight up and lower back down again. We lift and we lower. We lift up and lower, energetically reaching out of that hip socket. Good, so all of the glute work here is helping to strengthen our hips, our core. So again, lots of pelvic floor strengthening is occurring here. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Good. From here, we're going to go into our hot potato. So internal rotation at the hips. You point and tap forward and back. Tapping in front of the bottom leg, tapping in back of the bottom leg. Nice. And this is where it can throw you off. So taking your time in this coordinated movement. Bring both legs together and we'll go into our oblique work. You're floating both legs up towards the sky. Again, super light on your fingertips here. So how do you feel? Do you feel that pressure of your upper body tensing up? And how can we actually relax and get more into our core supporting us here? Beautiful. Good. Hold it there for our scissors. So we're going to go ahead and switch the legs. Remember, more range of motion is going to make this a little bit more challenging. So if you want mid range of motion, it's going to be easier to support yourself and not provide a lot of movement. Beautiful. We're going to flip to our stomach. We're going to continue with some back work. So double leg kick. We're going to take our hands behind our low back. You're going to lift both legs off the mat, kick in 3 times, and then if you have good shoulder mobility here, you're going to just straighten your arms out and you're switching to the other side. So we switch from one cheek to the next before we go into our next repetition. Eyesight down to the mat. Good. Kick, kick, kick. Extend both legs, extend both arms. Beautiful. From here, extend both your arms out, float your legs off the mat, and flutter kick into our swimming. Good. Breathe normally here. And just being on your stomach, eyesight down on the mat, keeping your neck in line with the rest of your body. Really feel the back of your body working here. And then lower back down. Good. So about 30 seconds. And we're going to go ahead and come right back up into all fours to find our plank position. So having your back support you in plank, not your arms, you're going to go ahead and kick the leg up and lower back down. So remember, 5 repetitions on each side, alternating. You want to point that foot up and then flex to lower back down to stabilize. Good. How are the hips doing here? Are we staying squared or do you feel like you are rocking one hip up higher than the other? Once we've done our repetitions, we're going to go into those little rainbows. So you're going to shift your weight forward and back just to really get deeper into the abdominal muscles here to feel that core work. Good. Drop your chin and then slowly come down to back to all fours here. Awesome. So let's go ahead and finish it here with a nice cat stretch. So when you're ready, you can round out through the back, extend out through the spine, really scooping that belly up and in like there's a porcupine underneath you. So you want to drag and draw up your abs, keeping your knees right under your hips in that hip distance position, shoulders over the wrists, and just allow this organic movement to float through you. Push your hips back into a child's pose position. Knees are nice and wide, and just settle down your mind with your body and how you're feeling after our workout today. Thank you so much for joining me on the beach in New Zealand, and I will see you guys next time.